Hello, welcome everyone to another edition of the Techno Dinosaur meets the IT Geek. I am Willie Nicol, the Techno Dinosaur, so called because I'm technologically challenged. I'm based here in Troon, South Ayrshire, Scotland, UK. Oh, and I'm also a personal development life coach. With me today is my usual partner in crime, David Logan, the IT Geek. So David, where are you and how are you today?
Hi Rolly, I'm great. I'm David Logan. I'm based here in Annan, southwest Scotland. I've got a new name. I've had the name the IT Geek from the start of the series. I got named IT King today. How is that for a name?
Excellent, David. Better than IT Emperor, IT Dictator. Yes, very good.
Should we change the series name? The IT King meets the...
I don't think so. We'll stick with the geeker thing and dinosaur. However, talking of the Techno Dinosaur, my question for you today is this. What's the difference between wired and wireless connectivity as it affects the home worker with computers, laptops, and so
on? Fantastic question, Rolly. And Wi-Fi is brilliant for the home worker. It can be good for the home worker and it can be crap for the home worker. Why is it good? Because it's mobile. You can pick up your laptop like your mobile phone. Why is it called mobile? Because you carry it in your pocket. Basically, these can do as much as early day computers nowadays. So what is the difference? Difference is you've got no cables. That's the one physical difference there. You've got no cables. A lot tidier. The downside is that Wi-Fi can be slower and get disrupted. So in our IT world, we always recommend, some people call us old-fashioned, get that computer wired. If you want to be secure, have it wired. Why? Wired is physical and it gets no interruptions. Nothing can interfere, nothing can break it. So bear with me, I'll just give you a quickly here what we're looking at here. Yeah, so it says here, wireless connectivity and mobility represent a new trend for accessing information. So this is off a website I have got right now. There are still many that are skeptical about the security and functionality of wireless networks, myself, because it has to be secure, it has to be encrypted before you can really access it. Does it make sense to migrate to a wireless network, or is a wired infrastructure the best way to go? Basically, that's a question we're looking at in an office environment. My thought is stick to a wired. It's faster and it's secure. Okay?
Yeah, I get that. So the pros and cons are that Wi-Fi enabled gives you the mobility, no cables, nothing to humph about with you, but security is a question and speed is a question. Have I got that right?
Yes. So basically we're talking about reliability and stability. Speed and security, as you say, for a wired network.
Well, okay. I mean, I have my PC wired into my router because they're literally 3 feet apart. But obviously, when you're outside or on your business travels or whatever, the capability of Wi-Fi is obviously preferable. However, how do you ensure that your Wi-Fi is secure?
You need to access your router, internet router, some called hubs, and ensure it is encrypted data. So that means when it travels from the hub to your device. When it travels from the hub to your device, data is encrypted. It's a garbage. But when it gets to your device, it unravels that message and you can read it right.
Okay. So if I'm out and about, had I a laptop, which I don't have, but had I had one, right, how do I ensure that the Wi-Fi element of that is secure?
What you need to have is make sure when you join that Wi-Fi network, there's a padlock next to that Wi-Fi ID, and you've got to enter a password. But then you've got different levels of security that you cannot choose. Now, your routers, your internet hubs, which are provided nowadays by internet providers, generally all come with encrypted Wi-Fi networks, so you've got no issue there. But you've got to be careful. Like say, if you go to the coffee shop or the airport, they're not always encrypted. So I'm looking over here, I've got a timer over here.
I understand that. I remember, my old job when I used to have to stay in hotels a lot, and you would log into the hotel's Wi-Fi, and there would always be some Mickey Mouse password, right, to keep you secure, because if you didn't have it, you couldn't log into it. But in a public place, you're logging on to Costa's Wi-Fi, as is everyone else. So how secure or otherwise is that? And do we need to worry about it?
I'll be very careful. Now, we talked about this one time on a previous vlog. I'll be very careful. One way to get around that, two ways to get around that, is one is to make sure you've got plenty of data on your mobile phone and use that as to access the internet. Or so basically you're bypassing the Costa Coffee Wi-Fi network. The other way to do it, which we talked about in the previous video, is VPN. Remember we talked about that?
Yes, we did. Yes.
So that keeps your details hidden and they can't get them.
David, that's very helpful. Thank you very much. I now know a lot more about Wi-Fi than I did before, and I've got a wee bit more clarity in my head about it. So thank you again. I hope that's been useful to you, the viewers, the home workers, the home office workers. All that remains for me to say is thanks again, David. And to all you out there, stay safe, stay well, and have some fun. So it's bye-bye for me, Willie Nicol.
I'll say the same as you, Willie. To you, the viewer, have a great week. Any IT issues, the IT Geek is here. Send us a message down below, or direct message up above. If you're connected to us on any of our social media networks, by all means, speak to us. We'll put each other in touch. So until next week, stay safe, have fun. See you next week, everybody.